Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you will find a description of the day's astrology as I have spelled it out here. Here, I'll discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Eight of Cups, and it is here because it corresponds in astrology with the first 10 days or the first decan of the sun's transit here in the land of Pisces. There's the sun, there's Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. Cups in Tarot represent water element symbolism, and water element symbolism is very much about how things feel to us. So our emotions, our relationships, who and what we love, what our intuition is telling us, and really sort of some of our personal habits as well. And so we come to the Eight of Cups, and we see a scene where somebody appears to be moving on. This is a card that's about walking away, okay? It's about sort of feeling disillusionment and leaving something behind. So, you know, the cups, they represent emotions, and it's almost like emotional investments to me. So, you know, when I want to make an emotional investment in you, if I want to show my enthusiasm, my friendship for you, or my love for you, I pour out some emotional investment, right? And, you know, I give a little bit of love and friendship. And sometimes we give of ourselves in this way to a situation that just doesn't give back the way that we thought that it would, okay? Or maybe we think we're giving to a situation that's ultimately going to be very satisfying for us. But, you know, what we find is that we've given a lot and it's not working out. We're not getting the reciprocity we need. We're not getting the give and take. Or, you know, maybe there is a give and take, but we just don't find it very satisfying or palatable to us. And that can be a real disappointing feeling. You know, there's definitely a sense of loss there because you've given of yourself in a way that you can't really take it back. But, you know, in this scenario, we just see that it's disappointing. We feel that loss, but we're ready to go ahead and move on and go find that more satisfying Nine of Cups, that more satisfying emotional feeling, right? That we're willing right now to just turn our back and walk away in search of something that's going to feel more satisfying, that's going to feel more reciprocal, and that's going to work out better for us. So that's the Eight of Cups. And I'm going to go ahead and play this card. We got the Three of Pentacles today. Oh, there we go, beating you up again. So the Three of Pentacles, first of all, Pentacles. Ooh, there's a naked lady, friends. Naked lady alert. The Three of Pentacles Pentacles are earth element symbolism, and earth element symbolism has to do with your physical resources, including your body, and what you're willing to do with your physical resources, what you're willing to spend, what you're willing to invest in terms of work, labor, money, to create something of value for yourself and for others as well. So, you know, we come to the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is really about collaboration. And we see that there are three people working together here, you know, to produce something of value for each of them. And, you know, the lesson here is kind of like, looks like an art class. Okay, so you've got a student here and you've got more experienced artist over here, maybe offering guidance. You've got the model up here. And so everybody sort of brings their own skills, capabilities, their own resources to the table. And with everybody bringing their own skills and resources to the table, then something gets created that's of value to all three of them, right? That's of value to more than one, than just one person. So, you know, you've got the person who's going to, you know, it's interesting. In the regular Rider Waite, what this would be like 3 people under an archway that they've built. And there's like the person who's doing the physical labor of building the archway. And there's the person who appears to have drawn the plan for the archway. And then there's the person who, you know, perhaps had the idea or expended the money to get the archway built. So, you know, it's just about working together with the resources you have, especially the work that you're willing to do, to create something that has value, not just for yourself, but for others. And where do we see the 3 of Pentacles on the page? This cooperation, this collaboration. I love collaboration. Well, okay. So, I mean, I see a lot of collaboration on the page today. You know, we've been looking for a little while, for several days, and will be for a few more days, at this Mercury trine to Mars. And Mercury is trine to Mars here, while Chiron is sextile to both of those. And the focal point of that triangle, the Chiron end of that triangle, has been shifting between planets the last few days. It was Jupiter and Chiron, then it was Chiron, then it was the moon and Chiron, and now it's Chiron again. Now, Chiron is our friend that's the wounded healer. It's person who, well, it's the part of ourselves, actually, that knows how to heal ourselves, okay? So it's an innate part of your physical body. It's an innate part of your humanity that you know how to heal yourself. You know, the body does heal itself when you give it the right circumstances to do that. So Chiron to me is very much about the body, and especially here in Aries, it's very much about the self. And any, you know, any sort of wounds that we have to ourself, Aries somehow points to social wounds with Chiron, like old occasions where we might have been embarrassed or left out or made to feel, you know, less than, or like we didn't belong. But also, you know, just for me, Chiron and Aries is just definitely about, you know, our how we think about ourselves, and whether we can heal the way we perceive ourselves, so that we can also heal the way other people perceive us as well. So here we have Mercury trine to Mars, very powerful trine. Trine makes things very easy. It's very auspicious. It's good fortune. And it's saying, you know, here's our intellect and our ability to just be forward, to our ability to take action, to initiate work that brings us value. So, you know, we're thinking about it, and we're acting on it. We're being able to take initiative. Both of these are in air signs. It's very much about communication and collaboration, working together with your friends, communicating about what it is that you want to do, what you want to get started, and then really being able to make a start on it with ease. It should go very easily. It should really just be like, hey, I'm going to call my friend up and say, I'm thinking about doing this thing. Do you want to help me out? And they'll say, yes. What time do you want me to show up? And then you show up and you do it, right? But then Chiron is here, you know, in this supportive role. Those sextiles are cooperative. They generate good outcomes. They create something beautiful and new. So, you know, it's probably on our mind, whatever it is that is we're trying to do on our own or in collaboration with other people. It's probably likely to bring us some healing in terms of perhaps in terms of our physical well-being, and also in terms of our mental or emotional well-being, you know, in terms of what we think about ourselves, and, you know, in ways that we might have been wounded in the past, you know, an ability to sort of heal the self-perception, to heal the old sense of wounding, embarrassment, being left out, that kind of thing. And we're doing this right now by taking action and collaborating. Long story short. We are empowered to find simple solutions and to take direct action for the sake of personal well-being in the present and in the near future. Mercury and Mars together, they get together and things go faster, okay? So the things that you try to start right now are probably going to unfold really quickly at first. And that can really bring a person some confidence and some sort of good sense of themselves that'll make them feel healed. So that's really good news. And then putting this together with the Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, Eight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Well, you know, maybe we were over here with the Eight of Cups thinking, I can do all of this myself. Like I can just make all of this emotional investment in myself, and that's going to be satisfying. And when we realize that trying to do it all on our own is not working, then we can walk away from it and go seek out collaborators, right? Seek out people to help us, because clearly we've got some skills, we've got some at least emotional investment to give. I'm reckoning we probably have some investment of labor, investment of time, investment of ideas to give as well. And so, you know, whether we were collaborating with somebody or not over here, you know, moving on, you know, perhaps we're opening up to the idea of having collaborators, of having people to work with to create something more satisfying for ourselves. You know, maybe the building just wasn't going so well just by having enthusiasm for it. Sometimes, especially, you know, I can speak for myself. When I was younger, there were times when I would, you know, I would just think, I can make this happen just by sheer enthusiasm. I can make this happen just by really wanting it, you know? So I would pour out all of my sort of time and my love and give all of my effort to something. And then, you know, really wanting it wasn't really enough, especially if I was doing it on my own, or if I was working with people, with collaborators that didn't bring the right tools or skills to the situation, right? And so then you get disgusted, you get really, you know, I'm an Aries, Aries sun. So I get disgusted. I get really impatient about it. And just, you know, yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's a loss, but I can't sit here and wait for this thing to pan out that I can see is not panning out. Right. So, you know, then we just stop. We say, okay, clearly just having enthusiasm, just really wanting something wasn't really working, and that's disappointing. You know, sometimes you feel magical enough that you feel like you could just go bling, you know, and make it happen. But that's not really the way the world works. So, you know, then moving on and going into the future, perhaps we're going to find some collaboration. You know, we're willing to work where we have enthusiasm, we have friendship and love to give, and we have good ideas to share, and we have labor to give, we have time to give of ourselves, we have experience to share, and we're going to take that and we're going to go somewhere where we can work together with other people who have the same, or not the same set of skills and experiences, but complementary sets of skills or contributions that will help us create something that actually has value for us, and that can bring us more to a point of feeling satisfied. Right? I mean, that's what I see there. If you're not feeling satisfied with what you're doing, and maybe this is one of those situations where you just thought, if I put all of my enthusiasm into this and all of my extra time, then, you know, then it will work just great for me, right? You know, maybe it's time to start thinking about reaching out to some collaborators. Maybe we can make this thing work, or some version of this thing work, if we call in some other people who can aid us in our efforts to create something of value for ourselves. So think about it. If you're not finding the satisfaction you seek, no matter how much you give of yourself to a situation, look around at your collaborators. Do you have any? Have you thought about getting any? Do the ones that you're working with work well with you, or is something of value coming to light? If not, maybe we need to seek different collaborators, or just seek collaborators to begin with. Call a friend. Ask an elder. Seriously, look for advice from people. That's a great way to collaborate, is, if you're working on something and it's not panning out for you, one really good thing you can do is think of all the people you know, Think of one or two people you know that have been through some version of what you're going through right now, that have tried to do some version of what you're trying to do now, and ask them for advice. Tell them where you're at, and they will help you. They will collaborate with you to help you find a more satisfying way to go. Okay, friends, I think that's all I have to say about it today. Please, I don't know why I said please. Please call a friend if you need one. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your presence. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.